They thought I would never fight back because I kept my head down and smiled through everything they took from me. My name is Lauren Mays, and this is the story of how I exposed my stepmother's lies, reclaimed my father's legacy, and uncovered a betrayal deeper than money. I was 19 when my father died in what was ruled a car accident. Brakes failed on a rainy hill, they said. My stepmother Vanessa cried at the funeral, sobbed through her eulogy, and within 2 weeks, moved me out of the house and told me I'd be better off learning to stand on my own. She kept everything: the house, his retirement, the business, and worst of all, the truth. My father ran a custom motorcycle shop in Nashville, Tennessee, and we were close, really close. I helped him design bikes, clean the floor, even learned how to balance invoices. But after his death, I was cut out of everything. Vanessa said there was no will and claimed she inherited it all as the surviving spouse. I was grieving. I didn't know the law. I didn't know she had already sold his favorite bike, the one he built for my 18th birthday. But I remembered something important. A month before his death, my dad had told me, "When I'm gone, everything's already laid out. You'll know what to do." At the time, I thought he meant emotionally. But now I knew he meant something else. I started digging. I went to the county office and searched for any records of a will. Nothing. I requested documents from the lawyer who used to handle his business filings. Dead end. Vanessa had severed all business ties. I almost gave up until I found an old fireproof box in my dad's storage locker, tucked inside a leather saddlebag. Inside was a handwritten will, signed and dated, naming me as the sole beneficiary of the business and house. It was witnessed by his 2 longtime employees, Darren and Rudy. I called both. Darren had moved to Michigan, but Rudy still lived nearby. When I met him, he looked like he'd seen a ghost. "Your dad gave us copies too," he said. But when he died, Vanessa threatened us, said we'd be sued if we got involved. I asked for his copy. He still had it. I compared the 2 documents. The signatures matched. So why had no will been filed? I'll tell you why. Vanessa destroyed the original and claimed it never existed. But she didn't know my dad had hidden backups. I contacted an inheritance attorney and filed a petition in probate court. When we presented the will, Vanessa claimed it was fake. But when Rudy testified and presented the version he had saved, everything started to fall apart. Her attorney demanded handwriting verification. We agreed. A specialist confirmed the will was authentic and untouched. Then things got worse for her. The court subpoenaed financial records and found that Vanessa had already sold the motorcycle shop illegally and moved $120,000 into an offshore account under a different name. It turned out the brakes on my father's truck had been tampered with, but the mechanic she used to cover it up had recently gone to prison for unrelated charges and agreed to testify that she paid him cash to remove the safety limiter. I was stunned. It wasn't just about greed. It might have been murder. The DA opened a quiet investigation. Vanessa was charged with will suppression, fraud, and endangerment. While the case played out, I was granted temporary control of the estate. I reopened the shop, renamed it Mays and Daughter Customs, and turned it into a legacy business that trained young women in motorcycle design. The community rallied behind me. Journalists wrote stories about the daughter who fought back. And one day, I got a call from a man in Arizona who had bought my father's favorite bike. He gave it back to me for free. It sits in the front showroom untouched. I don't know what the final verdict will be for Vanessa, but I do know this. She tried to bury the truth in the ashes of grief. But grief didn't break me. It built me.